Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today you find me in my car driving up to the Crisp Point Lighthouse in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's about a 3-hour drive from my house. First I've got to get through the traffic, the construction zones in Petoskey. Oh, okay, I'm already through it. Never mind. The forecasted weather is absolute trash. So why am I heading up there? The reason I'm heading up there is because I'm hoping to catch some angry seas on Lake Superior. That's what I'm hunting for. I want to catch some of those big crashing waves on the beach, composed with the lighthouse itself, and perhaps get some long exposures while we're up there. Expected to arrive about 3 hours before sunset. Although to look at the radar and look at the cloud cover, there isn't going to be a sunset. As a matter of fact, probably a lion's share of what we're going to shoot today is going to be black and white, just because there isn't going to be any color interest in the sky. I'm pretty sure once we get up there, it's just going to be socked in. I'm also hoping that it's just not a constant downpour of rain. I'm prepared for it. I've got the wet weathers. I've got the giant camera condom. So we're prepared for the rain. I just don't want to photograph entirely in the rain tonight and tomorrow. So we're heading up. Going to shoot till we can't. And then we're gonna sleep here in the car and then get up again tomorrow morning and shoot the sunrise. And again, the weather forecast for tomorrow is showing mostly rain, but we might get some peaks of sunshine. And if we're lucky, all of this forecasted rain and the storm will have blown through, and we'll just get those beautiful post-storm clouds. Oy, wouldn't that be nice? But one way or the other, whether we get beautiful conditions or it's just a shit show, we're going to go photograph the Crisp Point Lighthouse. So I'd appreciate it if you came along. See you when we get there. It's about a 3-hour drive. I made it, and these are exactly the conditions I was hoping for. But with this wind, I'm not even going to attempt to make a video. Well, I'm going to. I'm going to record video, but I'm not going to talk to y'all. I might do a little voiceover when I get back home, but it is just way too damn windy for me to even try that trash. So either enjoy the music or listen to my soft, dulcet voice once I get back to the office. But yeah, we're here, and these are exactly the conditions that I wanted. All right, what the hell? We're gonna give it a crack. We're gonna see how good this microphone is that I'm using. This is a Joby microphone, by the way. I know most creators are using DJI or something similar. But anyway, we'll give it a try and see what kind of quality these microphones are. If the audio's trash, I just won't use the footage. How's that? Oh, man. Just look at it. Lake Superior has always been temperamental. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy with these conditions. This is exactly what I come here for. And now, to find a composition that I haven't seen a million times. This is a pretty popular photography spot, so I'm already convinced that anything I shoot is something that's already been shot before, probably a million times. But I'm gonna go ahead and put my own spin on it, whatever it is. So what's actually looking best to me out here are these rocks leading out to the White House. Maybe compose a little more this way. The trouble is, I know damn well if I set my tripod right here, I'm gonna get wet. I'm gonna get wet, and I know that because these rocks are already wet. Those rocks are dry, but they're not as pretty as the wet ones. Oh, I bet I can boost an ISO and sneak in here and get a quick handheld shot from here. And this has got a lot of foreground with the rocks here, and I think it's less negative space and becomes empty space. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and crop out a lot of that on the bottom because I'm not a big fan of the 2:3 aspect ratio as a vertical anyway. So we're at f/16, a 90th of a second, 35 millimeters, ISO 400. That'll do. It's not bad. Makes me feel good. We got one good shot in the can already. Let's just sit here and wait. Yeah, I could have got out the tripod for that. That water didn't come up on me. But I know as soon as I did, or as soon as I would have, it would have come up. And now we got some rain. Rain's coming down a little heavier now. I have to make my way back to the car and get the frog togs. All right, so I went and got my frog togs because the clouds are getting darker and I know damn well we're gonna get soaked. So you got the gear, you might as well use it, right? Because it's right there, I know damn well there's been a million photographs taken right through the holes in that driftwood. Shut up. I don't care. It's pretty. Oh, get our lens wiped off. I don't typically do much shooting in the actual rain. Oh my God, can't see nothing. Let's give you a wipe. Guess I probably should have come over here and paid you a little more attention. Probably have no idea what I was doing over there. Let's get you turned away from the rain. I don't typically shoot during the rain. I shoot when it's gloomy, I shoot when it's nasty, but this is the first time I've ever actually photographed in the rain. I don't like it. My lens is wet, my camera is wet, all of my gear is wet, my camera bag is wet. Earthing is wet. It's not coming down hard, but it's coming down annoying. I think I'm gonna, we've got some time.
before dark. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab some shelter, let this rain let up a little bit. I have no cell service out here, so I can't check the radar. I have no idea what's coming and going weather-wise. My camera is weather sealed. I, however, am not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try the long exposure shot on those groins out there. It would be easier if I shot them from the other side looking towards the lighthouse, because the rain is coming down this way, but this I think is the better shot, and the rain is coming right at the lens from here. So the water's moving really fast, so I don't think I'm going to need a super long exposure. I'm probably going to be able to get away with 30 seconds. And I don't know if I really want it to be super, super long, because I want to be able to catch the power in those waves out there. I don't want it to be just, you know, totally smooth. But yeah, I'm gonna set up and I'm gonna give it a shot. So I've bumped the ISO quite a bit. We're at ISO 500. Alrighty. Get one quick wipe. 2-second timer, 20-second exposure. Let's see if that pans out, or if I'm just fucking shit up. The rain has lightened up a little bit, but it's still coming straight at the lens. I don't think any of those are sharp. Wind started picking up while they were exposing, and I just don't think any of them are sharp. But I'm gonna head back to the car for a little bit. See if we can let some of this rain pass. Put some food in my belly. Square away my sleeping quarters for the evening, and oh, we gotta go, we got a bit of light breaking through. Look at that. Look at that. We're actually getting a little bit of light on the sun, on the lighthouse over there. We gotta hustle, hustle, hustle. Look at that, some honest to goodness light on the lighthouse. Just a touch of it. And we still got those dark and moody skies out there over the water. And we got some breaks in the clouds over here finally. Now that all of my gear is good and wet, now I get the good shooting conditions. All right, let's see what we can make of it. So what kind of sucks is that there's our lighthouse, and we've got a little bit of drama in the sky over here, but boy, look at that dramatic sky. There's no lighthouse over there. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Look at the drama in that sky. There's more drama in that sky than my last 4 ex-girlfriends combined. Alright, so I think we got a better composition with this. Alright, so that's, oh, the GoPro just shut off. So we're down to about 15% of the GoPro, so this is probably gonna be the last shot recorded. I'm gonna keep shooting until daylight. Well, maybe not. The rain's coming again. All right. Yeah, the rain's picking. So that's very annoying. The damn thing says I've got 15% battery left, but it keeps shutting off. Well, the GoPro is dead, so I'm actually talking to you straight to the camera. I hope the audio doesn't suck too bad. So the sun is down. We're just about the end of blue hour, and I thought, hey, why don't I go ahead and throw the lens baby on? And I don't hate it. So real quick, let's do a little time traveling and jump back into the office real quick, so I can explain what a lens baby is. This is the Sweet 50. I have 3 of them. I've got a Sweet 30, the 50, and the 80. There's a 35. It's either a 30 or 35. Doesn't matter at this point. With a typical lens, your rear element and your front element are on line with each other. They are perpendicular, or not perpendicular, they are parallel. With a lens baby, it articulates. You can move it up, you can move it down. So you got your rear element back here and your forward element up here. You can shift your plane of focus, much like you can with a large format camera, whereas this has a sweet spot of focus. So as you're shifting the forward element around, where your image is tack sharp moves with this. The current iteration of the lens babies has an aperture ring. This one runs from f2.5 to f22. The more narrow your depth of field, the more shallow your depth of field, the smaller that spot of focus is. When you run up to f16, f11, f22, you have more depth of field, and that sweet spot is much larger. So that explains the conundrum that I'm having with these next 2 images that I'm about to show you. So this first image was shot at f2.8. Really, really shallow, really, really small sweet spot. The only part that's in focus are the upper window and the lower window of the lighthouse. Even the top of the lighthouse is already starting to fall off. And the left side of the image is almost a smear. It's not even out of focus. It's smeared. The second image was shot at f8. The entirety of the lighthouse is in focus, and that sweet spot extends almost all the way to the right side of the frame, because that's, I had the lens tilted that way. The left side of the frame is really starting to almost get into that smear zone, not nearly as bad as the previous image. And this is where I'm torn. What I love so much about the lens baby is that tiny little sweet spot. But this image, with its greater depth and the fact that the light was actually illuminated, and you got that dramatic cloud in the background, I'm really, really torn in between the 2 of these. And they were just less than a minute apart between these images. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'll do a dedicated video later on about the lens babies. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are back at it. I apologize for the very garish light. I'm just using my camping light. Day 2, Crisp Point Lighthouse. I got run out of here last night. I was planning on just sleeping here at the lighthouse, but the volunteer lighthouse keepers ran me off. So I had to drive away about 5 miles and found myself a little primitive campsite. But out here, you saw the dirt roads that we came in on. Out here, these nasty ass roads, and in the dark, 5 miles is about a half an hour drive. So I drove out, got up about 4 a.m., packed up the car, got everything, and here, hour before sunrise, just waiting for some usable light, or first light, so we can get out and get our first composition going. I want to use a little bit of blue hour. It's dark, like the bats are running into each other, kind of dark. There's no stars to be seen in the sky, so we're still pretty heavily clouded in. I don't know what kind of conditions we're going to see once the sun comes up. But anyway, that's going to determine how long we stick around. If we have some interest in the sky, we might stick around longer. But if it's mucky and gray, I'm probably not going to be so inspired to hang out. I got some good photos that I like yesterday. Yeah, if it's mucky and gray, we're probably not going to hang out.
But on the drive in and the drive up, I saw a lot of places where I was like, oh, that'd make a great photo, that'd make a great photo, that'd make a great photo. And I didn't stop for those on the way up yesterday because I wanted to get up here and spend as much time as I possibly could. And still didn't get here until 6 p.m. But anyway, I'm babbling. We'll see you when the sun comes up.
Oh, there we go. Now we got some stars. Oh, a whole lot of them. Those clouds just fucked right off, didn't they? So the lens baby doesn't have a lens upon which you can add filters. You know, because it weird little nature of it. But we're gonna hold a filter and see if we can't tame this sky. Because here's what we got, you know, we're trying to hit these grinds. I'm not trying to do a long exposure by any means. But I just want to tame that sky just a touch. So I'm just going to hold it in front. It worked. It stinking worked. If it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. Hey, we got some nice little pinks turning up in the western sky over there. Let's see if we can avoid getting soaked trying to get to them. I'm gonna go over here and set up on these groins one more time and catch those pinks in the background. All right, let me just throw you up in camera here. Look at that. I'm not even trying to do a long exposure because that's just pretty. I mean, of course, we're going to do a long exposure later, but I'm going to grab that. We might even do an exposure blend, long exposure for down here and standard exposure for the sky. But let's have at her. We're at f11 and a 1/10 of a second. That's a little overexposed, I think. No, not according to the histogram. I don't think we're clipping anything. Let's have a look. Are we clipping? Nope, looks like we got everything. Protected those details. Yeah, I think, ooh, I like that. I think I want to get lower. I don't know if that's a good idea, though. Yeah. Not a good idea. But I think we might back off and put on a longer lens. Or just, maybe we'll just get closer to the groins over there. The rocks are a little higher if we get a little closer. I just don't want to have a perfectly straight on angle at it. All right, yeah, let's shift. Final exposure, 2 minutes, 10 stops of neutral density. And I think we're at F13. But yeah, I got this place pretty well rinsed. We're gonna pack up and start moving our way south. Okay, now we're actually getting some sunlight. Maybe one more shot. Hey y'all, thanks for sticking around and watching the entirety of this video. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you. After that last photograph, the entire filter system fell off of the front of my camera. Not a fault of K&F, a fault of me. When I installed the ring to which the system mounts, I cross-threaded it. So it wasn't secure, and eventually with the moving around, it just fell off the front of the camera, smacked right down on top of the rocks and in the sand. And I was gutted and pissed off. Like I just scooped everything up, threw it in the car, and started driving for home. And it took me damn near the entire 3 hours to actually calm down on the way home. But got home, got everything taken apart, gingerly cleaned everything. No cracks, no scratches, no damage. So I think that right there is a testament to the build quality of the K&F square filter system, because it should have broken. It straight up should have broken. It fell straight onto the rocks, and there isn't a scratch, not a crack, nada. So not a sponsored video by any means. It's the gear I use, is the gear I talk about. But anyway, thank you all for sticking around. I appreciate y'all. And this was filmed on August 10th. Today is September 17th. I'll try to be a little better about getting these videos out in a more timely fashion. But anyway, appreciate you all for sticking around, and we'll see you on the next one.